Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Asia Update Lucky 7s as market ends up for 7th straight day analysis. http ntvforex.com News ID 85430E831 2025 23:15 am US equities were stronger. NBSP Friday, the S&P up a further 0.7%, which marked the 7th consecutive up day and set a fresh record high in the process. NBSP in the wake of the Fed's dovish tilt on Thursday. Better income and spending data released Friday helped sentiment, as did a better final read on the University of Michigan sentiment. However, US 10-year yield slipped down 3 bps to 0.72%. European stocks were lower and Asia mixed. The Nikkei fell 1.4% after Japanese NBSP PM Abe announced his resignation on health concerns. The market continues to run hot after Chair Powell tipped his hat to a lengthy period of easy Fed policy with unconventional tools QE and the like being utilized for longer. And with a low, neutral Fed funds rate, a emphasis of inflation overshoots and a focus on employment, monetary policy will highly be stimulative for a long time. Theta's music to the market's ears. NBSP following the Fed's formal shift to flexible average inflation targeting strategy at Jackson Hole last week, investors will be paying particular attention to today's monetary policy speech by Vice Chair Clarida Neutral for any further details about what the new operating framework may mean in practice regarding the current economic situation. Forex NBSP with Jackson Hole out of the way and Abenomics officially over, the USD is dipping again but not breaking down completely. We re at multiple critical levels in almost every pair. On USD/JP, the market has yet to get comfortable on any moves below 104.50 dating back to 2017. Abenomics was no longer much of a thing as the policy broadheads have dulled. It might be too easy to brush the resignation EDA's not bullish USD/JP, that we know for sure. The chief architect of the move from 75 to 125's no longer in power, and that has to at least increase the left side tail risk a bit for USD/JP. On the euro, the ECB stands ready to do more as needed. Given the strength of the euro, EDA's not helpful for economic revival, and it will be interesting to see if the currency features more prominently in ECB rhetoric in the weeks ahead. The rising COVID-19 case count means the European economy needs all the help it can get. More generous accommodation may weaken the euro. NBSP Gold put in a strong rebound in Asian and European trading, which extended into US action. The primary catalyst to gold's impressive recovery lies in USD weakness. The USD fell in Asia, where investors took a more dovish spin on the Fed's announcement of a shift to a flexible average inflation target policy, which triggered gold's rally. The firmer JPY may also have been a factor, following Prime Minister Abe's resignation announcement. Gold's gains continued in European hours as the USD remained weak. NBSP for many months, gold was more impacted by bond yields, especially the yield on the US 10-year, than any other single factor. However, historically, gold is usually more influenced by the USD, with which it is inversely correlated. It was the USD decline that boosted gold on Friday. It seems unlikely gold will completely divorce from bond yields, not to mention some of the drivers used by USD bears and gold bulls in the past did not signal USD weakness or gold strength in the last 48 hours. US real 10-year yields rose for much of the day, and even though they declined later, the ARI still much higher than a couple of days ago. The dollar sold off on what most know that the Fed will be lower for longer. NBSP meanwhile, US-China trade tensions on the economic level appear to have completely thawed. NBSP all of this suggests gold is on shaky ground if the euro weakens and the US yields continue to rise. NBSP oil at the end of it all. Hurricane Laura barely moved the dial, but it did nudge prices high enough to ensure a fourth weekly rise, supported by a weaker US dollar and improving US economic data. NBSP with oil confined to pretty tight ranges after weeks of nothing but crickets, the storm price surge at least added some life to the markets. But after a week-long round trip to $44 and above $46, we ended back where we started as the crude oil price continues to be surprisingly range-bound in the context of all the various moving parts. but it makes sense that oil shifted a bit higher on Friday as there was some renewed interest in crude oil trading given all the inflation and weaker US dollar narrative post-Jackson Hole talk last week. NBSP. The key high-level question is this: where are we in the recovery? NBSP. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.